Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's So You Think You Can Dance recap. We're down to the top 12.
Woo, it's getting hot in here. So, Mia Michaels, Mary, and Nigel were the judges tonight.
Yes, and all of the couples will be dancing 2 times again.
So, up first, Chelsia and Mark dancing at Alex DaSilva Salsa.
Yes. They danced to Fuego by Joe Bataan.
Oh, wow. They were so tight on the intricate, crazy footwork.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting it because it's Chelsia's thing, Latin, come on.
That's right.
And she totally rocked it, as
And so
did Mark.
That's right. And the love continued with their second dance of the night, a Tyce DiOrio Broadway number. I'm a Woman from Smokey Joe's Cafe, and I'm pretty sure it was the original cast.
It was totally hot.
It was intense.
Yeah.
And, to quote myself, it was dirty, domestic, violent Broadway. You gotta love the wife beater.
So they both dances received the gold stars tonight.
That's right, from Maddie and Janet. They got not the number one favorite, but favorites.
Yes.
Okay, so then up next was Thayne and Comfort.
They started out with a Tabitha and Napoleon hip hop to Can We Chill by Neo.
They went through the motions the motions they did.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't a total performance.
There was no connection there at all.
Up until this point, they just have not had that connection.
No.
And unfortunately, it kind of continued with their second dance. They did a Contemporary by Mandy Moore to a Different Corner by George Michael.
This choreography was beautiful.
They made it look effortless, in a way. I think it was the best that they've done since they've been partners.
Yeah.
But it's still not,
it's not
at the
level of everyone else.
No.
And the lifts, like, coming into and out of
Yeah.
you know.
It just wasn't good.
You just know.
Yeah. So up next was Jessica and Will.
They started off with a Contemporary by Tyce DiOrio.
To Silence from the Unfaithful soundtrack. This was an amazing piece of choreography.
It was.
And this was probably the best dance that they've had as a couple since they've been on the show.
Yeah, Jessica was just a tiny bit shaky, but she committed to the dance.
She did.
Which she hasn't done in the past.
And they had a connection. Overall, it was very strong, except for her little bit of shakiness.
It got the gold star.
That's right, it was one of our favorites. But, unfortunately, it didn't continue with their second dance.
No.
They drew the death card, a Quickstep, which is one of our favorite dances.
I don't like that, because that's one of my favorites. I love Quickstep.
Yeah, but not a lot of people do it well. That's all they mean by that. It's not like nobody likes it.
But it's not cool.
So, Tony, Meredith, and Melanie choreographed, and they did it to one of the old classics, Bandstand Boogie by Barry Manilow. Love that song.
Yes.
Reminds me of like when I was a teenager 100 years ago.
So, they both, not stellar in this performance.
He left her in the dirt.
Yeah.
But it was still in the dirt.
I did like the twist part.
Yeah. But that's not in the Quickstep.
No.
They had to like manufacture all these other styles to add to it because the Quickstep was Okay. Well, at least they got 1 star from us.
Yeah.
So, up next, Courtney and Gev doing a Cha-Cha.
By old alum Anya and Pasha.
Love those guys. So, they did it to Don't Stop the Music to a Rihanna remix. Well, it is a Rihanna remix.
What?
I don't know.
A remix of Rihanna's Don't Stop the Music.
It was hot, hot, and a third hot.
Yes.
I'm buying that 100%. And did they tell Mary not to talk about the train?
I don't know.
But she did.
Yeah. She pulled it out at the last
second. Nigel teased her.
Yeah.
And she pulled it out. So, yeah.
Gold star.
Gold star, and it continued with their second dance.
A Mandy Moore jazz.
Yeah, this was going to be our favorite dance of the night, but somebody else coming up took that spot away from them.
Yeah. So they danced to Standing There by The Creatures.
Right.
And it was supposed to be like they were in a jungle or something. They were on a safari. I don't know.
I thought it was really dramatic.
I did too.
And fun. It was a really fun dance.
The judges were like, "Oh, there wasn't that much substance there."
I think it was so much fun because they just weren't afraid to let go and just put 100% out there on the floor.
It was definitely like one of my faves.
2 stars.
Yes.
Okay, so Carrington and Twitch.
They started off with Crumpin',
Lil
choreographed
C.
by Lil C.
$2 for TV, the J Squad.
Yeah. With the buck.
I know.
It started out really strong, and I was like, whoa.
I was so prepared to love it, and then it just so fizzled out.
It's a really tough style to keep the energy up.
You gotta keep the momentum
so
going.
Intense.
Otherwise, it's just like,
yeah.
I'm so tired.
It's so hard hitting. Like,
how do you say I was Lil disappointed?
Yeah.
Not in the choreography, in the performance.
But it was like amazing at the beginning.
It was.
And it was just like.
Well, unfortunately, they didn't carry through to their second dance either. And they did a tango, Jean-Marc Genereaux-Assassin's Tango from the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I wanted to love it.
It wasn't intense enough, though.
They were building it up with this huge fight scene in the rehearsal, and then I didn't really see a fight scene.
They were a double disappointment this week, unfortunately, and they were like one of my favorite couples.
Well, you know, they can always come back.
Right.
But it was just a tough week for them, I guess.
It was a tough week. Katie and Joshua rounding out the show.
Viennese waltz to start it off.
Jean-Marc Genereaux.
Oh.
Iris from the Goo Goo Dolls. Loved it.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah. I didn't love the dance as much as the song, unfortunately. They were kind of stomping around.
Yeah.
It wasn't very smooth.
It wasn't very waltzy.
It wasn't. The only thing I really liked about it was the end.
And Katie looked very nice.
Yeah. They did that snake thing that... It was just really cool. But the second time is a charm for them because they pulled it out of the whoop and
the first ever Bollywood routine on the show.
Now let me just say, well, first of all, it was by Nikul Dev Mahajan. I grew up in Queens, New York, and every Saturday morning, one of the channels on the TV was all Indian television. So I've seen many Bollywood movies in my time.
I love Indian music.
I think it's insanely good. So they did their number to Dhoom, Taana-Om, Shanti-Om.
Well, it was by...
Right.
Yeah.
They totally captured the essence and the spirit of Bollywood.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing. So they are our super duper favorite of the night. 2 stars just for that one dance. Totally the favorite.
Yep.
They better not be in the bottom 3 tomorrow.
Definitely made up for
say.
their Viennese waltz.
Absolutely. So kids, I'm gonna be really surprised to see who goes home tomorrow if it's not who I'm thinking it's gonna be. I think you know who we're talking about. So we'll have to check back with you tomorrow and see if we're gonna be disappointed or not. Till then, much love.